I'm having this conversation, very interesting conversation. In this day and age, it's very paramount when you talk about therapy because people are going through so much and it's never going to help to hold it back. It's never going to help to hold it back. And Maryann Wairimu is here with me. She is a counselor, been in the game for the longest time. Next year, it's going to be 4 years. Maryann, throughout your career as a counselor, before we can get into talking about, the importance of therapy, what's been the most satisfying thing for you?
The most satisfying thing is when a person comes in, they were broken.
Mm-hmm.
They were really broken.
Yes.
They had no sense of direction. They didn't believe in themselves.
Okay.
Their self-esteem was, below zero.
Mm.
And they come out empowered.
Yes.
They come out with skills. They
Right.
come out with coping skills.
Mm-hmm.
And they come for more sessions and more therapy and more aftercares, and they do follow-ups, and they're like, you know what, I'm doing good. I'm great. I am.
And they admit it.
And they admit it, and they're like, you know what, I think I should talk about this. I
Yes.
think my friend needs this. You
Yes.
helped me in this way.
Okay.
That is when I get true actualization.
I love that. I love that. So the big question now is, why therapy from a point of view of a counselor?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this is sort of like you campaigning
Yes,
for
it
yourself.
is.
Why therapy?
Number one, the most important thing, or let me say the number one important thing about therapy is you gain a sounding board.
Okay.
Have you ever gone for an interview and kumeja board?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's there to listen to you.
Yes.
Present your project before or go home.
Yes.
And there's a lot of anxiety.
Right.
A therapist is one person who will not judge you.
Mm-hmm.
That is our job. One, not to judge.
Right.
So it is a safe space. So it is a sounding board. I can go there, I can vent, I can speak. And this is one person who will not judge me for who I am.
Mm-hmm.
That is why people seek therapy maybe far or near places, because it is the one place we are bound by confidentiality.
Right.
As a result, a genuine therapist, they definitely know they won't judge you.
Right.
So the most important thing, it's a sounding board for you where you can just go. It's a space.
Mm-hmm.
It's a safe space for you to just go vent and air out. This is how I'm feeling. I think today I'm suicidal because I think my life, nimefika mwisho. Vitu haziwork.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine telling your mom, vitu haziwork.
Hey,
Acha
trouble.
nikuombe, acha nifanye hivi,
Yes.
acha ni consult,
Yes.
ambia mama nani, tell daddy nani, uncle so and so will come and speak to you.
Sometimes they'll be like, ni nini umekosa?
Ni umekosa?
Uko na kila kitu.
Chakulipia fees?
Everything is paid for.
Hauna nguo?
You're eating, you're under a roof.
There's a lot of that.
Yes.
So you will be judged. Like, how on earth are you saying you want to commit suicide? For who?
Yes.
For what?
Yes.
What have you lacked? But a therapist is like, what is that making you commit suicide? You have achieved ABCD, and they're like, no, I'm not getting fulfillment. Because somebody's a doctor, but they wanted to be an engineer. Somebody's an engineer, but wanted to be a therapist. Somebody's a therapist, but wanted to be something else.
Right.
But failure to achieve these dreams, at times, they really affect us. How we were brought up affect us. So as I was saying, therapy, the number one important thing of it is it's a sounding board.
Okay.
Now, the second thing, it helps us understand relationship dynamics.
Okay.
Myself, that is interpersonal
Yes.
and intrapersonal relationship.
Right.
I'm talking again, backing what I was saying earlier. There are traumas. There are losses. I'm still grieving, maybe so-and-so died. I've gone through, I've been raped, I've been sodomized. I have. My family, I feel as if they don't get me. I think we're having parents, maybe some of them, they're still of the previous generation, and they're like, umenda kuongea alafu, how will they help you? There's a lot of harsh critique. So it is the one space that I'm going to understand myself.
Yes.
And I'm going to understand other people.
Right.
And now growth within me, it's going to empower me. This is what I'm calling personal growth.
Okay.
Because therapy will help me empower myself, achieve personal growth. That is, as an individual, a therapist will help me reach a place of actualization. A therapist will help me understand, I have all of this money, but I think I'm lacking because maybe in terms of relationship, I ain't relating. So me niko na pesa, yes.
Yes.
But I think this is the 7th relationship I'm having.
Nothing is working.
Nothing is working.
What could be wrong?
What could be wrong? So I need to understand what's not happening in my life.
Yeah.
There's somebody else. Sisi tunakunywanga sisi wote.
Ah.
And you have voices of you can amount to nothing. You can amount to nothing. So you can imagine that is quite a low self-esteem.
It is.
So a therapist will help you and aid you with the skills that are required to manage this. Imagine a person who has gone through a lot and they're full of anger. They are violent. Even themselves hawajui. Like, mi sijui kunendanga aje, but najipata tu nimepanji umsi. Mi hata mi sijui. I don't know what is going on.
Yes.
And they're like, I'm not happy. I'm punching you.
Right.
But
I'm not proud of myself.
I wish I could stop, but I can't.
Mm-hmm.
That is where a therapist comes in.
Exactly.
Because this is a person who is going to help you understand the dynamics, intrapersonal relationships
Right.
and interpersonal relationships. Relationship with self and relationship with other people.
I love that.
You know?
And this is cutting across all forms of therapy, marriage, in friendship, you know. Also, there are friends who do go for therapy in young relationships, in whether you're a fiancé about to get married. Let me ask you this question. I just digress for a bit. Is it key when people who just engaged, is it important? Atakama, they're living their best life. Is it important they go for therapy also?
Wow, it is actually very, very important for them. There's something we call building love maps. Building love maps happens at such a young love ikiwa tu hapo mmeanzana.
Okay.
And at that moment, you need to understand your partner's psychological terms or psychological thinking.
Yes.
Because let me say, ulikuwa blinded na love, so you did not see the plot in there.
This is where you have to open your eyes.
Now, this is where you open your eyes. How does this person view things? Does this person have trauma? Does this person have issues?
Yes.
How does he view life? Because 20 years later, you'd be like, this is not what I signed up for.
Exactly. Which is why we're having mounting cases of divorce.
Exactly.
You're like, I completely see a different person after marriage.
Exactly. Because where I grow up, mi nikiosha vyombo asubuhi, naweza goje the following asubuhi, nioshe vyombo tena.
Yeah.
But then again, you find a man is maybe a clean freak. Every meal. Now, if I didn't understand that,
right,
and I didn't see it during the courting or the dating phase, and now we are young couples, we are beginning this onset, it will be very vital to have a therapy so that I'm like, these are my expectations.
Yes.
These are your expectations. Financially, thinking-wise, perception-wise, how we raise our kids, how we think, how we move, how we interact with family. This is my side.
You call it creating love maps.
Yes, building love maps.
Building love maps.
So this is how I handled my issues.
Yes.
Now, please help me understand, how do you handle your issues?
I love that. My goodness. I mean, I seriously, this is a class for me. This is a new class. This is a unit that I've fallen in love with. And of course, if you're loving it and you have a question, a burning question, it is in your mind. Maryann Wairimu is still here with me on 0719038963. We channel all those questions over there. And of course, you can find me Nduva_Anthony. Meanwhile,